Happy Monday. It's August 3rd, 2020, and most importantly, it's another day to be thankful to being on the right side of the ground. Whether you're starting your day, enjoying lunch, driving, or tuning in a different day that this episode drops, really appreciate you tuning in. I'm looking forward to enjoying this cup of coffee with you today. Welcome back, and thanks for joining us on today's episode of The Modern Believer, the podcast that reminds us that the good news is that there is good news. Everyone, please tag me in more good news this week and share the episode with at least one person. Also, if you give the episode a shout out on social, please tag me in it so I know. As always, big thanks for everyone for sharing, subscribing, and leaving a review last week. Hey, Sina, what are we talking about on today's episode?
Hey, Eddie, how's it going? First off, great stuff with the podcast. And you know I'm here to get my week started off with some great vibes.
Hey, thanks, Sina. Hey, in case this is your first time tuning in, welcome in. You made it right on time. On behalf of myself and all the other modern believers out there, we are happy to have you in. There's always room for one more. Before we begin, though, you may be wondering, Eddie, what or who is the modern believer? That's a great question. Here's my answer. The modern believer is you. It's our families. It's me. It's our communities. In a world with so many contrasting views, it seems we're constantly bombarded with news that do the opposite of cheering us up. We can all agree on one thing, though, and that is that we all enjoy a positive story that reminds us that there is humanity and a lot of good going on in the world. The modern believer is an individual that knows change can happen. Let's begin. Pirates beat cancer. Eastern Carolina University, better known as ECU, has an awesome event they host every year. It's called Pirates versus Cancer. That is an event that unites staff and students with one common goal, and to empower children to beat cancer and improving the lives of kids battling cancer in Eastern North Carolina. Founded by a few ECU Brody School of Medicine students in 2017, Pirates vs. Cancer is now one of the largest and fastest student organizations on the ECU Health Sciences campus. Better yet, since the first fundraiser in 2017, they have raised over $32,000. Here are some words from Sina, who is a student in the med school program at ECU.
So, Pirates vs. Cancer is a great cause that was started by Trevor Hunt 4 years ago, who's also a fellow medical student. And for Pirates vs. Cancer, what we do is over a period of months, we fundraise and raise money where all the proceeds go towards the Maynard Children's Hospital here in Greenville, North Carolina. And at the end of the fundraising, we hold a celebratory event where students and anyone else who'd like to comes out and shaves their head for donation and also for symbolism to stand with the children who are bravely battling cancer. And also kids from the hospital come out for the event as well. Unfortunately, this year, due to the pandemic, we weren't able to hold the event, but I do look forward to being involved in the fundraising and the event designing process for next year.
In 2018, they were recognized as the outstanding event of the year by ECU student activities and organizations. Now partnered with Vidant Health, the local health system, there's no limit to see what's going to happen with this program in the future. I'm looking forward to seeing this program grow. And better yet, come on, it's for the kids. Protecting all the sea life. The U.S. Senate has passed a bill to phase out the use of gill nets in federal waters off of the coast of California, the last place where these are still used in the United States. Sea creatures will soon no longer be at risk of getting caught in these huge drift nets floating off of the coast anymore. Turtle Island Restoration Network in California has led the effort with the help of citizens and partner organizations for nearly 20 years, working nonstop to stop the devastating impact of this drift net fishery on sea turtles and many other ocean animals. In case you didn't know, drift nets are these free-floating nets used to catch fish by their gills, and each net can measure up to 50 feet deep and 55 miles long. Since the nets are not selective, the consequence of this is that many fish and marine mammals are trapped in them. For example, sharks, turtles, seabirds, dolphins, birds, seals, and many, many more. Unfortunately, these creatures are removed from the nets and thrown back, dead, into the ocean. Drift nets are also lost at sea every year, especially during severe storms. Since they are made of materials that do not degrade or break down easily, these continue to catch fish and marine mammals underwater for many, many years. Once again, this is a huge win for Mother Nature, everyone. Sydney goes green, mate. Though this was published last year, this is still very worth getting excited about. The city of Sydney in Australia made a commitment to generate 100% of its electricity through renewable energy by 2050. Before you say that seems like a long time from now, here's some perspective for you. We are closer to 2050 today than we are to 1990. Yeah, I know. Let's continue. Aiming to cut down 18,000 tons of carbon emissions per year, which is the equivalent of 4,000 households, the city's top priority is to act on climate change. And here are actually some words from architect James Caparetta, who designed the cooling process that uses the surrounding seawater of the Sydney Opera House to optimize the building's heating and cooling system that resulted in a 9% energy reduction, as reported by Sky News Australia.
So we're very unique down here at the Sydney Opera House that we're surrounded by seawater. We're actually sucking up seawater. We're rejecting the heat that we take out of all of the theatres, the concert hall, the opera theatre, and we're putting that into the seawater. We're constantly pumping cold water around the building, so we're pumping 6-degree cold water constantly around the building, which is how we reject all of the heat into the water. And then we have very large machines called chillers that is taking that chilled water from coming back from the building at 12 degrees and it makes it 6 degrees, and it's a constant cycle of just rejecting heat from it as well. So constantly we're pumping close to 100 litres of chilled water throughout the building 24/7.
Great things are going on. Hope in tough times is what carries us forward. Hope and believing in change will carry us forward. The future is bright. I want you to think of one thing you are grateful for today. If you think of more than one, that's great too. Let's take a few seconds to be grateful. Hey, Sina, what are you grateful for today?
What I'm grateful for is that I'm able to start my second year of medical school today. With everything going on with the ongoing pandemic and COVID-19, I'm just grateful that I'm able to attend a university that's still able to provide us with a great education. And also to all of the doctors and nurses and other healthcare workers that are putting their lives on the line on the daily to battle COVID-19. Just know that we love y'all and we really appreciate y'all for what you guys have been doing through these tough times.
Thanks for sharing, Sina, and best of luck as you start the new school year. And thank you for pursuing your dream in the field of medicine. He said it best. To all of our nurses, doctors, surgeons, and medical administrative staff out there, we love you all. Today, I'm also grateful for all the Haydens and Katies out there. Happy birthday to you both. The world became a better place when you were born. Do not dwell in the past. Do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment. Buddha said that, and that will apply forever. It truly is called the present for a reason. Focus on the now and see all the miracles that life gives you. Breathing, sight, touch, a car, an education. Don't get caught up on what you want. Be thankful for what you have. Highly suggest The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle, as well as a book. Truly a life-changing book. Keep going and let every day's small and big successes compound onto one another. Though we can keep talking for hours and hours about the great and good news going on in the world, you need to go about your day, fly, and be free. But before we go, one more quick message from Sina.
Happy Monday, everyone, and make it a great day.
Much love, Sina. Everyone, please send more good news this week and share to your friends, family, coworkers, and anyone else you believe would enjoy some good news every Monday and Friday. Please leave a feedback in the form of a review, follow, or download. What cool stuff is going on in your community or company? What do you want to hear about next? Comment on the IGTV video or tweet at me. Ultimately, you are the one that's taking time out of your day to join me and all the other modern believers out there. And remember, it costs $0 to be a kind human being. keep smiling, keep smiling and loving all the people that we encounter in our walks of life. I want to thank you for your time and remind you that I love you and I'm immensely proud of you no matter where you are in life. That smile you give, uplifting attitude, may change a stranger's day. And maybe, just maybe, boom, we build a beautiful chain reaction of love. And then they start spreading that love to others. Stay blessed and keep fighting the good fight. Thanks for joining today's episode of The Modern Believer, the podcast that reminds us that the good news is that there is good news. Make it a great day.